Okay, my bad there. We don't need the long pattern for the F substitution. Okay, so let's keep it simple. We're going to substitute the entire shape. And you know what? We actually bring the whole fretboard over. We're actually substituting the whole fretboard. So where we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. I know you can hardly see it. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4. We take this 7 right here. We take this 7. Let me get this thing a little brighter because we need a bright color here. We got to be able to see this. We're going to take this 7 and we're going to move it over there. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're going to take this 7 and we're going to move we're going to slide the whole fretboard over. It's like the dude says on the commercials, the fretboard conveyor belt. Okay, we're going to employ that for the 4th and the 5th. All right, so that's the name of that tune. So let's see what we're doing. My point that I was going to try to make, but I don't want to get mixed up, is sure we can move the whole fretboard over, but certainly we're just going to substitute the E cage shape, which means the E shape chord. Otherwise you're playing in the C box, and you're playing this chord that is actually root 4 6 chord. It's not an E chord. It's not a 5 root 3 chord. It's shaped like one. This is the this is the minor. It's relative minor. But over here, you've got this root 4 6 chord. We want to identify this chord so we can play it easily. So we just substitute the 4th. Now let's go back over to the circle. Okay, so on this diagram, to get to the 4th, we're going to go counterclockwise. So for in the C cage, we're going to substitute the E position in that cage. And as you know, the C position's long, the E position's short, but it's in the same cage. All right, and the G position is also in the same cage. It's long, but it's in the same cage. And yes, incidentally, it goes this way for the G position. So I have that up here. Well, we're all over the place now. I have that right down here for the 5ths. Where we go, now we're going to go clockwise one letter for the 5th position. So any of these positions that you're in, say you're in the D position, we will go clockwise for its 5th shape, and we'll go counterclockwise for its 4th shape. Okay, and obviously to go in 5ths, you got the cage word C, little a, G, little d, little e, D, little c, A, little g, E, little d, C. Okay, so we're going clockwise like that, skipping every other letter in the cage word. And to get the 4th, we're going up a pentatonic scale. Okay, but we skip every other letter in it. So C, skip D, E, skip G, A, skip C, D. Okay, so it's like C, skip D, E, skip G, A, skip C, D, skip E to G, skip A to C. Okay, that is going in 4th. 4th of G is C. That's how we do that. Okay, now I just have to make a point, and I'm not going to try to play it. I'm just going to tell you it. You can do this in individual string shapes. Okay, sure, the string shapes do stack up, and when we want to sub and play root 3 6 for that minor, the minor, the relative minor of the subbed 4th, we still can look at it as individual string shapes. So we'd be down here. Normally the C would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root, right? But we sub its 4th in, and we get 6 root if we're just doing the 6th root, and that string shape isn't going to change. So you can string the string shapes together, or you can look at them separately. Okay. So they can be used anywhere. With that said, let's just continue and use them. Obviously stacked up, as they should be in fifths on the fretboard. Okay, so but really, you could take it to the limit where you substitute the whole fretboard. You take it like this, the fretboard conveyor belt. But here we're just taking the E cage and bringing it down here. But I'm saying you can take this E string shape and bring it down here, and you can do that anywhere, is what I'm telling you. So we'll get that. We'll be playing that. I'll let you know when I'm doing that, when we're playing to a groove sometime. Now, the subroutine is R3-6, and the whole thing is that we want to play the 3 minors, right? From back up here. Okay, so we're in the C cage here. Its 4th is the E shape. The 3 minors we want to access in the C are an A minor shaped A minor, a D minor shaped D minor, and an E minor shaped E minor. Okay. Okay, so we're back here at the C cage. We're substituting the 4th. Okay, so it should say sub 4th right there. Sub 4. So we've got an E-shaped pentatonic. And we can go horizontally with that, with the sub for the A. The 4th of the A shape is going to be the D shape. See how it's circled there, the D shape? So we would play the D shape pentatonic when we get to that. Okay, and then for the this is the A shape actually down here and here. This is all the A shape. Look at this. So you got to know how to read these pentatonic boxes. They call them boxes. This is a tripentatonic box. This is all the E shape, A shape, right? These are 2 fretboards right here that we just looking at. These 2 fretboards share the same labeling in between, so because there's no place else to put them. All right, so this is looking at the 4th of that A shape now. Okay, that's what we're doing. So we look at the 4th of that A shape down here, and we get what? We get its D shape, because it's probably 1, 4, 5. A, D, E. Okay, so with the A shape up here, we got A shape, we got D shape, and E shape's the 5th. Now let's just go down to the 5th where we are on that A shape right here. So we're right here. Here's our A shape. Don't worry about this stuff. They belong to the other shapes. The A shape is right here. The others are 2 underneath it, right? It's like this or something. The A shape shared, sharing the and certainly it is. Half of the A shape is the C shape, and the other half of the A shape is the G shape. Put them together, you get the A shape. So the 5th of the A shape is that E. And let me tell you something. We're in an A shape here. Go to its 5th major, E shape. To get the minor, which is the 3rd minor, okay, the 3rd minor in that shape. You want to go to the 4th actually. So we'll go back up here to the 4th a second. I want to show you a trick. Okay, hopefully, and I know it's not going over very well, but I'm getting it to you as best I can. We have an A shape here, right? We have our, where's our A box? Right there. We kind of like went crooked a little bit. So here's our A box, okay? I told you it'd get complicated. That's why it's better to slow down, and there's things I want to show you, but maybe, hey, I just want to show me. But I get better at it. And it becomes easy. So things I can do now that I couldn't do before